What's going on, guys? I know I didn't make my video to recap the Cleveland series, and I was actually going to do that, but what was it, Monday, I didn't get a chance to. Uh, I actually forget why I didn't do it. No, Tuesday. I was supposed to go to the game Monday to go to Cleveland. It didn't work out. I did not end up going, which was probably for the best because considering it did nothing but rain the entire game in Cleveland and it was delayed. So I was like, all right, go to tomorrow night's game when Justin Verlander pitches. And I got to sit through a bunch of rain that game too. So basically, let's quick recap Cleveland before we get into the series with Chicago. Tigers were heading into Cleveland, and it was kind of Tigers were up a couple games, and it was kind of a bigger series, trying to knock the Indians down a little bit. In game one, Ricky P throws a gem against Justin Masterson. Justin Masterson gets hit up. Anibal Sanchez makes his debut since coming off the DL. His first start against Carlos Carrasco, and he pitches really good 6 innings game. Tigers lose game three thanks to their crap bullpen. Chris Perez comes out and locks down save. And in the last game, Tigers come back, score 2 runs in the 10th inning to break the 2-2 tie. And Joaquin Benoit comes out and locks down the save. And he's been money so far. I want to get into Benoit here in a second, too. And then we open up our series with Chicago. And game one was Justin Verlander versus Quintana. I was going to post some video I took of Verlander warming up pre-game, but I realized that I was holding my phone like this, and I went like this afterwards, which it should have been like this the entire time. And because if you hold it like this and record, like you get the tiny box. If you hold it like this, it's full screen. I don't know why I didn't do it, but if you hold it like this and then go like this mid-video, it just doesn't work right. So I can't upload that. And I also have a video of the end of White Sox batting practice at Comerica Park, but I don't know why I'd upload that. Gets against the White Sox. So JV comes out, and I was watching JV warm up in the pen. His changeup looked really good in the pen. His fastball command looked like it was pretty good. His curveball command, is bouncing a lot of curveballs. I don't know if that's just because he was in the bullpen, and his slider looked okay too. First inning, he had so many chances this game to have just quick 1, 2, 3 innings. But he just could not get the third out of any inning. I mean, rallies would start every 2 outs. But his changeup this game looked really, really good, man. I can't tell you how many ugly swings I saw on changeups. But his other stuff, his slider and his curve, were just not quite there that game for Verlander. I mean, he only had 3 strikeouts. His fastball wasn't that great this game. It only touched 96. Couldn't really dial it up. But, man, that third out of every inning for him was just the hardest thing for him to get. He ended up giving up 10 hits over 7 innings. So Verlander, he dodges out of jam after jam. He gets a nice double play to end the 7th inning. By then it's tied 1-1 because Matt Tuiasosopo hit a home run to put the Tigers up 1-up. And then De Aza hits a homer in the following inning with 2 outs to tie it. And then Verlander comes out for the 8th. And he was kind of tired. You could already tell. I wouldn't have ran him back out there for the 8th. And if I did, I'd have took him out right after Rios singled because Rios was already 3 for 3 coming up to the plate, and then he singled to go 4 for 4, even though he'd go 6 for 6 on the day. And I think I'd have took Verlander out after 7 because he was kind of laboring through the 7th. He had that nice quick double play, but Adam Dunn comes up, hits a 2-run shot, ends Verlander's night. And, it's a 2-run shot, and a couple more guys reach. And Al Albuquerque comes out to make sure those guys reach, giving up a 3-run homer. And Verlander ended up giving up 5 through the whole day, which kind of sucked because, like I said, his off-speed stuff, besides his changeup, didn't look that great. His fastball velocity wasn't quite there. Like I said, he only touched 96 the other day. But to still imagine if he'd have gone, it would have been a good outing if he just went 7. 7 innings, 1 run, a lot of hits, but fine, whatever. You kept your team more well in the game. And I think Leland was running him out there because he wanted to get Verlander the win, try to get his offense a chance to pick him up. But the White Sox ended up obliterating the Tigers, sent 13 men to the plate, and ended up winning 11-4. Donnie Baseball went deep, and Miggy went deep. And I also got a baseball. I probably should have pulled it out. But it's over there in my little case thing up there. It's that one right there. I probably should have pulled it out and showed you guys. Uh, my brother found it coming into BP. So game 2, Tigers get redemption. Porcello pitches another pretty good game. 6 innings. We beat up Dylan Axelrod. And Joaquin Benoit, man, he has been just so money. I said on June 14th of last month, if the Tigers want to win, they will put Drew Smyly as their 8th inning guy, and they will put Joaquin Benoit as closer, because those two arms give you the best chance to win. And what's happened so far? Benoit hasn't blown a single save. He's done nothing but dominate hitters in the ninth. And Drew Smyly has fit so well in the 8th inning role, just like I said they would. You had to go by the numbers, and you use your best two arms at the end of the game, and that's what they've done. And they have, and it's in the back end of the bullpen with Smyly and Benoit has just been locked down. It's the guys in between that you got to be worried about, because you don't know what kind of Albuquerque you're getting from night to night. One night he's striking out the side with his lethal slider and good fastball. The other night he can't find the strike zone. And then you got guys like Evan Reed, who, we haven't really quite seen what he could do yet, but he doesn't look too bad, but he hasn't been good. And then Pekonen, he shows flashes of brilliance. You can see he's got a really good curveball, and he throws high 90s. He's got the stuff to be a good late inning pitcher. But, it's still kind of a limited sample size with him. You don't know what you're quite getting. And then you got guys like Phil Koch, which brings me to the last game. Tigers come out, last game of the series, trying to take it. Tuiasosopo hits another homer. Miggy hits his 30th. And Miggy is the first player ever in Major League history to have 30 home runs, 90 RBIs at the All-Star break. Ever. Now, there is guys that's had more home runs and more RBIs through their first 91 games before. Jimmy Fox, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth all had more through their first 92 games before. But in this era, the All-Star game era, Cabrera is the first player ever to have that amount of home runs and RBIs. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. This season he's having. He wins the Triple Crown, and he's outdoing that season by a long shot. He probably didn't have his 30th home run until late June of last year, or late July of last year. I'm willing to guarantee it. So it's 5-3. Because I forget his guys. It was like Figlin or whatever. Their catcher hits a grand slam. They go up 5-3. And Phil Koch comes out, gets out the first hitter, and then he walks the bases loaded. And then I forget who comes out. Pekonen came out and gives up a couple more runs. He gives up a home run, and then Pekonen gives up a run. And the White Sox win 6-3. My question is why is Phil Koch even still up on the major league level? He cannot get out righties. He righties hit off him like Ted Williams. He can't even get out left-handers anymore. That was the whole reason why Phil Koch was even on the roster to begin with, because he used to be a left-handed specialist. I mean, lefties used to hit like $120, $130 off him. I'm willing to bet it's way over 300 this year. I mean, there is no reason whatsoever that Phil Koch should be on this roster. And if you're going to sit and try to tell me he's a long man, Jim Leyland, bullshit. Because you could run Darren Downs out there, and he could do better than Phil Koch. And Darren Downs isn't that great either. He could be your long man. I bet you put Pekonen out there, he could be your long man. He could give you 3 quality innings better than Phil Koch ever possibly could. Because I can't even think of a reason why he's on there. I'm going to look up his splits real quick this year with lefties and righties are batting off Phil Koch. And I'm willing to bet it's absolutely atrocious. Phil Koch, here we go. Splits 2013. Left-handed hitters this year are hitting .239 against Koch this year. Alright, fine. That's not bad. But it's not that good considering, it's probably used to be lower than that. This year righties are hitting .321. It's like, what the fuck? He's just, there's no reason whatsoever why he should be on this squad. He needs to be in Toledo because his command's awful. I mean, Dan and Jim were in the booth. I haven't heard Jim Price give out so many wobbles in a row. I mean, 9 straight balls. He walks the bases loaded. I mean, his pitches weren't even close. His changeup was flat. His curveball is just junk. I mean, he needs to go down to Toledo because there is no reason whatsoever why he should be on this squad. He's not effective out of the pen. He won't even be good as a long man. I mean, it's just nuts. It's just nuts, and he needs to go away forever. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say about that. So, the last 3 games of the year, or the last 3 games for the All-Star break, I should say, better rephrase that. Dougie Fresh is going up against Grimm. Game 2 is Max Scherzer looking to go 14-0 against Derek Holland. Game 3 is Justin Verlander, against Martin Perez, who's been pretty good this year. And that'll wrap up our first half, I guess you should say, even though they played 92 games already. That'll wrap up the first half, and I'll come back on here after the Texas series and give you my All-Star game predictions, home run derby, and all that good stuff. So follow me on Twitter, guys, all that good stuff, and so I got it for you guys today. Go Tigers.